look, Qatar was disappointing. You know, there's no hiding away from that. We have become accustomed to getting podiums, and that didn't happen. Now, I personally blame Gio. A stupid mistake in the sprint race that really cost us, but hopefully he'll make up for that here. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today it's another sprint race at Austin, and we need a big result because our chances of running down Aston Martin are slipping away after last race. It was a disappointing one. Giovinazzi crashed out or spun out or whatever he did in the sprint race, so he started way down, and Mick was just, in hindsight, his engine and ERS were just too worn to race in that particular one. But that's out of the way now. We'll come back, we'll go again, and hopefully we'll put in a good performance. Now, not too much to update you on, so we'll get straight into the performance targets here, given that it is a sprint race weekend even. So red is sector 1, blue sector 2, yellow sector 3. Bit of everything in terms of the track, slow, medium, fast corners, so a little bit of everything. Time considerations: 20-second loss for a stop, 16 if it's a safety car stop. Expected strategies: this one eats tires. Soft tires are essentially useless. The grade of 0.16 of a second a lap. The hard tire may well be the best tire here, although it is very much slower than the soft. So probably medium, hard. I might need to remember that to try and save some medium tires through free practice and whatnot. So it's Verstappen's race historically. Let's hope we can put an end to that today. But off we will go momentarily to Austin, Q2. So let's a car in the top 4. Let's hope so. Fastest lap. If we get that, then it's always you can't really aim for fastest lap, can you? Because it depends on how the race develops for you, really. So we need one car in the top 6 for 2 races to get that money. And if someone qualifies in the top 6 for us today, we'll get a little bit of a bonus there for qualifying as well. But off to Austin we go. And the weather forecast is for clear skies, so excellent work. I'll go and do this free practice session, then I will see you for qualifying. Alright, so free practice is done. Let's have a look at how we did. Now, don't worry too much. We did the whole session on one set of hard tyres, so they were absolutely just gone by the end of it. And we had older engine parts in as well. So 12th and 17th it was. Setup, I think we've gone fairly close, but we don't know yet for sure. If we go and have a quick look here at, yeah, you can see it's not completely done. Yeah, we'll put on the new engine parts, and hopefully we will have absolutely no problem in Q1, but I will be back momentarily to confirm that with you. So indeed, no problem whatsoever. You can see Hamilton's taking some penalties here as well. We did have to do a second lap with Giovinazzi. George Russell blocked both our cars. Giovinazzi, obviously, worse than Mick, so we did just have to go again. Maybe the Alpine going out is a bit of a surprise there, but let's go to Q2. Alright, now we are on board with Giovinazzi. He is currently 8th and the man most at risk here. First run as ever was done on used tyres from Q1, so hopefully we're going to not have too much of a problem here. There are some quick times behind us. Alonso and Gasly have both done a green first sector, and Giovinazzi has not. We've seen this from him before. He does occasionally struggle to get the qualifying pace in the car. Mick is going faster, so that's obviously a good thing. Giovinazzi's going to have the second sector come up here somewhere. If it's not green, he's in big trouble here, I would dare say, and it's not green. Is Giovinazzi going to crash out in Q1? He's going to have to go... Oh no, Gasly hasn't gone quicker than him. Ricciardo's still out there with a green second sector. Can he get a nice big finish to the lap? Giovinazzi has stayed 10th. Mick is coming around. He is going to stay 5th. But Giovinazzi has snuck in by the bee's dick, basically. So Giovinazzi in by, look at that, it's like half a tenth of a second. It is that close. But he is in, that's the main thing. And we will go again in Q3. Alright, we are on board with Mick. Now, Mick's lap was absolutely screwed up by Lance Stroll to the point where, I mean, it needed a penalty because he got Sainz as well. And there's a second off. Now, we did have the soft tyres here essentially useless. So we had a new set for the first run, and now we're using a new set here as well. Now, both cars have gone fast up in the first sector as Hamilton I'm a little bit worried. I think Mercedes and Aston Martin are still bringing upgrades to their cars, if I'm honest. And we know that we're going to need podiums if we're going to keep our job at the end of the season. So we've gone green with both cars. We've got a McLaren here. Is this a McLaren? What is this? Oh, it's a, is it a Mercedes or is it a AlphaTauri? Or whatever they are now. What is? Oh, Jesus Christ. We actually hit him then, I'm pretty sure. Giovinazzi goes 5th. Mick stays 10th. Mick got held up by that AlphaTauri, didn't he? So there we go. Mick was almost half a second slower. If we'd done a 32.6, he would have been up there in and around Verstappen and Alonso. So Hamilton's taking a penalty. That should move Giovinazzi up to 4th. He can race from there, and Mick, he's got some pace there still to burn, doesn't he? Alright, so here we go with the sprint race. Now, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. The tyres, in hindsight, what I wish I'd done here, actually, is saved a set of hard tyres for this. Now, Russell's on a hard, which I think he did that in Qatar as well, did he not? But I think that's actually the way to go. A soft tyre is ridiculous. If you're on a soft tyre, just shoot yourself in the face, honestly, because you're going to end up at the back of the field. Now, one thing that we can't afford to do is push the tyres, because you can see they're only just going to get there anyway. So we are deploying to start with here. I think it's going to be a case of if cars are going past us early on, trying to stay patient with that and know that they're going to come back to us later on because they're going to use up their tyres. So yeah, the first couple of laps here will just be about holding position. And then once the race sort of settles down, then we can sort of see where we go from there. You can already see there's a little bit of more tyre usage on the mediums from some other cars. I dare say they're pushing on a little bit, but I don't see that being the long-term way to go. But as I say, we'll live and learn on this one. I think Russell's got the perfect strategy here, though, on the hard tyre. That's the way to go. But I didn't necessarily think of that in free practice one when I used up our only set of hard tyres outside of the one that's reserved for the Grand Prix itself. So anyway, we'll see how we do here. It's 19 laps. It's going to be an interesting race, more so at the end, I think, than the start. This one. And Mick, like a complete muppet, has gone sailing off into the sunset, and he is now last. He's going to have damaged his tyres as well. What have I got to do to get some competent drivers? 86. He's going to really, really struggle to get to the end now as well. Unbelievable. Alright, so we've had a bit of a development. Hamilton and Perez collided. Hamilton is coming to the pits. He stayed out for a couple of laps, but for whatever reason then decided to bail. So Giovinazzi had lost out to Verstappen and Alonso. But whilst Hamilton was holding them up, we were just trying to recharge the batteries and whatnot. What you'll see here, look at our tyre life compared to the other medium runners. We're in a really good position. So like I said at the front, I really do think that this race is going to be... It's going to come to us more at the end. Now, Mick is just kind of sitting here right now behind these guys. What we're doing with him is we're sort of conserving all our fuel. We are charging up the batteries, which we've now done. And we're going to deploy, and now we're going to attack and try and get past them quickly. But yeah, Hamilton being at the back is definitely useful. But now, yeah, we need to see Mick start to make his moves forward. And Giovinazzi just needs to keep biding his time. I do think this race is going to come back to him a lot more at the end. And I wouldn't be surprised if Perez maybe has damage here as well. Or is it Stroll that's holding everybody up? Long way to go on this one yet. Mick is just stuck in this DRS train. He can't push his tyres either, so yeah. Alright, we have 2 laps to go, and we are sending Giovinazzi on full send now. He has already got past Alonso, who has dropped off. His tyres are gone. We are now doing a full push. We're deploying, and we are trying to... Russell's gone. He just had the best tyre for the race. But I think second is very, very much on the cards here if we can be sensible and get some overtakes done. Let's see, with deploy, with DRS, are we going to be able to get a move done on Max Verstappen here? Not quite. Come on. Schumacher is 14th. He is not that far behind Gasly. In fact, he may have just got past Gasly. We'll go and deploy him to the end now as well. And we'll go back to Gio. We start the last lap, and are we going to be able to get something done here? It is Perez that is now in front of us. Verstappen's gone up to second. Come on, Gio.
And DRS is disabled.
Come on, Gio. He's just struggling to get any sort of move done, isn't he? He's not really been able to use his tyre advantage, which is disappointing, obviously. Verstappen looks like he's now gone. And we've got a good launch out of there. We've got a very good launch out of there. We should get Perez. Oh, we're going to get blocked in by Stroll. Oh, we've had absolutely no luck here, have we? Can we at least get Stroll? Come on, Gio. Oh, come on, man. It's just not happening, is it? Last corner heroics. Can we get a good drag off the corner? No, it's 5th for Giovinazzi.
Okay, that's a
and Mick
flag.
looks like he is going to trail home in 13th after his indiscretions earlier on. So we hold position with Giovinazzi. We go down 3 with Mick. So, well, let's go to the race. So, I mean, it looks like, yeah, medium, hard, although more likely you would probably want to get the hard tyre done in the middle of the race, I would have thought, and then sort of save so you're on the better tyres at the end. So I think we will do that. We can push that a little bit more then as well. Now, I think what we might do with Mick, given that we're trying to recover again from a bit of a disaster with him, is I think we will do something similar, but I wonder if we start on the hard tyre, and then go to the medium, and sort of get the slower stint out of the way earlier, is what I'm thinking with Mick. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. We're going to underfuel the car. We'll be pushing for the first few laps, and then we'll see what we can do. We need a podium here, though, don't we? All right, welcome back. So there we go. Giovinazzi is there. That looks like Mick. Does it not? Up there in 13th. Yeah, I mean, Mick could have undone so much damage from that bad qualifying session with Hamilton going back as well. He's starting more or less at the back. So we've got a soft tyre there on Stroll. That's stupid. Both Aston Martins are on a soft tyre. So, I mean, they're going to be quick for about 3 laps, and then that tyre is going to be dead. Anybody starting on a soft is... I don't quite understand it, to be honest. Now, like I say, Mick will probably... Jesus, that was a narrow gap to come into, wasn't it? He is probably going to lose positions earlier on here, but this race is definitely going to come back towards him. He just needs to stay on track, basically. Now, his confidence was quite low. He's got a little bit of that back, so let's hope that that all works out okay for him. And Giovinazzi sitting there in 5th is absolutely fine. It's more or less where we want him at this stage, I'd say. If he can keep close to those Aston Martins on the soft tyre, like I say, by lap maybe 4, 5 if they're lucky, those are going to be absolutely dead. So, yeah, let's see where we go from here. It looks a little bit as though Russell's driving off. Mercedes have definitely had upgrades, haven't they? I think Aston Martin have as well. We've maybe turned our attention to next season ever so slightly too soon. And that might be work that somebody else benefits as a Ferrari team boss, as Hamilton gets past Mick. Stay patient though, Mick. It's okay. I know you're going backwards now, but it'll come back to you. Alright, so we'll have a little bit of a check-in now. Perez has spun, so he is down into 17th. So it moves Gio up to 4th. Mick is still here in 15th. Now, what we're doing right now is we're saving tyres, we're charging the battery, we're burning off any excess fuel, and I'm sort of waiting to pick my moment, and it's probably going to be fairly soon here. Is we're just going to go and just try and take advantage of having the fresher tyres, while everybody else is sort of at the complete dead end of theirs. So you can see here, soft tyre runners will be in shortly. So there's an argument to say this is maybe the time to go. But yeah, we're just kind of biding our time a little bit. What I might even do is that once they come in and in theory have the fresher tyres, if Mick can then be really pushing and sort of negating the advantage that they have, then that could be a useful way as well. But Ricciardo back, you can kind of see here, actually, if we go to the mini-map, Ricciardo back is it's quite compact. So we're not a mile away from 6th place right now with Mick. So it is just a case of, yeah, just sort of biding our time somewhat. I'm hopeful that I'm not being too conservative here as Stroll comes in the pits, which has moved Gio up to 3rd. So here come the soft tyre runners. That's probably our signal that it is now time to indeed go. And try and make sure that, yeah, the advantage that they're going to have on new tyres is not going to be a big one. And Giovinazzi will leave him where he is. Yeah, he's got a nice gap on Alonso. The soft tyres at the start were just never going to work, I don't think. Maybe that's being wise after the event. But here we go. That should be a move. We've got a soft-tyred Carlos Sainz. That should be candy from a baby at this point. And Mick has moved up into 11th. So let's see what he can do now that it's go time for him. Alright, we are on Giovinazzi's in-lap. Now, he has been pushing, not quite this much. Obviously, on the in-lap, we're just going full push here. But he has been catching these front two quite quickly. And, yeah, when we come into the pits, we are more or less going to be behind them, I think. We're just outside of DRS range now. But, yeah, this is working out okay. Now, how things actually sort of end up working out once everybody's made pit stops and whatnot will be interesting to see. Mick, we may need to slow down a little bit in a second because he is going to churn through those tyres a little bit, but he's not doing too badly. So let's see what we get from a pit stop here from the boys. And a potential undercut as well on Russell. And are we going to get a bit of luck with a safety car there? It doesn't look like it. Sainz is just locked up. So a 3.1 second stop is not lightning, but it'll do. And let's see where it brings us back out. We're behind Stroll. Are we? Yes, we are. We're behind Mick as well. We're just behind Mick. So we're behind Stroll, but ahead of Alonso and Hamilton. So we're not in a terrible spot. Yeah, no, that's not too bad for Giovinazzi. And like I say, it definitely got a chance of an undercut on Verstappen and Russell, who are going to be due for a pit stop any time. So, very good, very good. In fact, here comes Russell now. Verstappen has stayed out. So we're on board with Mick as Gasly pulls into the pits as well. And let's see, where is Russell? Is he out of the pits yet? No, does Giovinazzi not quite get him? Oh, unlucky Gio, but we're right there, aren't we? Definitely right there. Let's keep pushing and actually see if we can get an undercut now on... get the undercut on Verstappen, perhaps. Is Mick going to be able to catch up to Denny Rick here? Not enough. I think Russell's going to come past us this lap with a bit of DRS, but that's not the end of the world. We will probably have to ask him not to hold up his teammate. Please, Mick, if you could just not be in Giovinazzi's way, please, Mick, thank you. But yeah, that's a little disappointing actually, because we did lose out a little bit there to George Russell with Giovinazzi. I think not a great deal, but just enough to get us outside of DRS range. So. Yeah, Verstappen is still going. 27% his tyres are on, and he's still chugging along out there. So, he's going to lose out. We're seconds a lap faster than him. But, yeah, anyway, we'll come back to Mick stop in a few laps and see where he comes out as Alonso goes past on fresher tyres. Alright, Mick is coming in this lap. Now, Hamilton has just got past him. Alonso's got past Giovinazzi as well. But let's see, this is Mick's hard tyre stint is now done. He's got medium. He's got the best tyre till the end of the race now. Is it a good stop? It's not bad. And let's see where this brings him back out. Hopefully not into too much traffic and not too far down. It's going to be 14th, is it, by the looks of things? So we'll see what he can do from here. Like I say, he has the best tyre now till the end of the race. And... yeah, what's everybody else's tyres like? There's a couple of soft tyre runners out there that aren't going to last too long. And, yeah, so we'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do. He's going to have pace on everybody. Hopefully, he can make use of it. Alright, so a quick update. We currently have Mick up behind Perez and Ricciardo in 8th and 9th. Perez, I think, may have some damage from maybe the spin he had earlier on. He's on, so I think he's on soft tyres, or he actually is coming into the pits as well. So that explains why they were lacking a bit of pace. Giovinazzi is currently all over the back of Alonso. Verstappen has gone past both of them, but Verstappen is on the medium tyre. We are going to have the medium tyre at the end. Of course, we're on the hard tyre right now. So we're just saving up our fuel. You can see we've done enough. Probably done enough there actually. Mick is already in the positive. So yeah, it's, as I said before, the race is shaping up okay for us. Are we going to be able to get a podium that'll keep the board happy? We're going to find out very soon, that's for sure, as these guys are going to be coming on now to hard tyres, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of lap times they're able to do. Are we going to be in front of them as well? It looks like we are. So we're currently second. We've done all our conservation work. We can probably push these tyres now to the end of the stint as well. And yeah, we'll just see where we shake out. And Mick is catching Norris at a fairly handy rate, it looks like, as well. So it's just such a shame about qualifying for Mick, wasn't it? Otherwise, he'd be right up there as well. We could be on for maybe even a double podium. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so Giovinazzi is coming in this lap. Right in front of us is the battle for the lead. Stroll is right behind us. We are going to come out in 6th spot behind Hamilton, but we are going to have fresher medium tyres once we do come out. So I'm not sure if Max is stopping this lap. He's not. We should be every chance of an undercut on him then, but we need this to be one of our better stops of the season. It's okay. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. So fastest lap of the race there for Hamilton. He is away. And we do indeed come out into 6th spot. Now we could also do with Mick doing a bit of a hold-up job here on Lewis for us. That would be helpful. It's his optimal stop lap. We might try and take him another lap. Yeah, see if we can. Let's deploy with Giovinazzi. No, he's not going to quite be able to keep him behind. I think we will go for another lap though. Because we should get another lap out of these tyres pushing this at this pace. So we'll try and do that. We'll come in next lap and stick on the other set of mediums. So yeah, Giovinazzi should get Verstappen. Verstappen does have to stop again, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. So Giovinazzi should get him. What he needs is Russell, Stroll, or Hamilton to fall by the wayside. Otherwise, we are not going to be getting a penalty. It'll be disappointing to imagine if we beat both Red Bulls but don't get on the podium. Yeah, that would be frustrating, wouldn't it? Mixed tyres are now officially gone. But yeah, like I say, he will be in at the end of this lap, so that won't be a problem. And yeah, let's hope we get a good stop. Hamilton's absolutely flying, isn't he? Let's see what we get here for Mick. His battle is probably Perez, I would say, at 2.8. We'll take that. Yeah, I think Perez is probably his battle. If he can get 6th, he'll have had a very nice recovery, I think. So he's come out in 7th, has he? Looks like just ahead of Norris. So yeah, if he can get himself ahead of Perez. Now Perez is on some older tyres as well, older hard tyres. Yeah, he's not going to go any further than that. It's whether Giovinazzi can go any further than that. He's done a purple sector here as Gio. He's run out of battery though, which is probably going to end any chance of a fastest lap for him. Verstappen is now in the pit, so this is the big moment for Gio. And we've lost out to Norris, which is annoying. But we'll try and get that back. Where is Verstappen? Verstappen is moving in the pit lane, but he's not moving fast enough, I don't think. And Giovinazzi is up into 4th. So can he now go and run down Hamilton? It's 5 seconds. And last lap he was, although that was, well, I'll tell you what, Stroll doing a 37 might be catchable. Although he's another 9 seconds up the road. Well, this is what we're waiting for. Let's see how it shakes out. Alright, so Mick has done fastest lap and in the process has got himself past Perez, so that's nice. Whether he can stay there or not will be something else. It was more a bid to get the fastest lap, to be honest. Verstappen is now right behind Giovinazzi, and that is going to be problematic. The best bet we can maybe hope for here is that we're able to hang on to the back of him. He can then somehow drive us up to the back of them to Mercedes, and maybe we can get on the podium that way. But a second race without a podium, we're getting to the point of the season where there may be no coming back from this. So it's not great, is it? It's not great. I genuinely think that Mercedes and Aston Martin, they've bought one more upgrade than we have for the season, and that's the difference between us being on the podium or not. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, well, we are about to start our last lap, and this is getting interesting. Ahead of us is Verstappen, who is on a soft tyre, and Hamilton, who is on a very much aging medium tyre. So we're going to go full send. Mick is just safe in 6th. He's had quite a good race, to be fair to him. We're deploying anything that we've got. We just need to try and, yeah, I don't think we're going to fall a little bit short here. And how often have we said that this season? We're just outside of DRS range. And, yeah, unless they want to run into each other, which would be very nice. That'd get us on the podium. But other than that, it's going to be another so near yet so far sort of race, I think. Another lap or two. It could have been a very, very different story. But, yeah, it looks like Russell's going to win. Stroll second and Verstappen third. Hamilton will come in 4th. And it will be Giovinazzi in 5th. And Mick with a very nice recovery drive to come back from a couple of spins, dead last in the sprint race, to finish 6th with the fastest lap. So there we go, Hamilton up 15, that's a decent drive, isn't it? But Giovinazzi held spot, Mick up 7. I believe that with that result, Verstappen has won the Drivers' Championship. Yeah, he's definitely won the Drivers' Championship. So Mick stays 7th, Giovinazzi stays 8th. Giovinazzi's going to finish 8th. It's whether Mick can... That's a good race for Stroll, has hurt him there, hasn't it? So, yeah, maybe it's between Mick and Hamilton to see 6th and 7th. The Constructors, I mean, not a bad race from us, but again, we've lost out to Aston Martin, and it looks as though it is going to be 4th, and no podiums as well. That is all hurting us, isn't it? So, yeah, troubling times. So, board confidence is still low. They were actually satisfied with that. Well, that's good. That is really good. I'm glad that they're satisfied. That's not a disappointed there. And, I mean, it was a good race, to be fair. I mean, 5th and 6th is not terrible. It's not terrible. I wonder if it's the number of points that they're looking at as well, if not just a podium, because we did get quite a few points, over 20 points. So, anyway, that is that. Next up, it's Mexico. That is more of a normal race, no sprint or anything. So, yeah, hopefully we'll have a good result there. And then we are rapidly running out of races here. I don't think we're going to catch Aston Martin, are we? Which is massively disappointing. Take care.